Okay, so continuing on, we're cross multiplying here because we want to find angle B. So cross multiply, I'm going to have to divide both sides by 6. And then I'm going to take sine inverse of all of this. This is a lot to plug in, but again, I'm trying to find B. So B is going to be equal to sine inverse of 8 times the sine of 35 divided by 6. So angle B, when I plug this all in, let's plug this in together. So second sine inverse, parentheses, 8 times sine of 35 degrees divided by 6 is going to give me an angle of 49.89 for angle B. So 49.89 degrees. Based on that, I can find angle C because we know angle A is 35 degrees. We know angle B is this. So A and B subtracted from 180 will give me angle C. So 180 minus 35, which is angle A, minus angle B, which is 49.89. So angle C is 95.11. And again, this is for our big triangle. I still need to calculate for this triangle because we don't know which one it is. So for the sake of room, let's do this on another piece of paper. Okay, and we're going to be dealing with the small triangle right now. So the skinny case, if you want to call it that. So C prime, B prime, and this is C prime, this length. This is A over here. So notice angle A has stayed the same in these triangles. Okay, so I've got this. I know that side B was 8, and I know this side is 6. We know angle A was 35 degrees. So first let's try and find angle B, because that's the easiest one to find. So sine of angle A divided by side A is going to equal sine of angle B divided by side B. Again, we're going to cross multiply, so 8 times the sine of 35 degrees equals 6 times the sine of angle B. Divide both sides by 6. Got that, okay. So here we've got, that cancels out. To find B, I now need to take sine inverse of all this. So B is going to equal sine inverse of 8 times the sine of 35 degrees over 6. And let's calculate this. Okay, and as you may have realized, this is the exact same way we calculated angle B. But I'm actually looking for B prime this time. And one thing that you should be aware of when I'm trying to calculate B prime, so if this is B, this is side A and this is side A, this angle right here should be the same as B also. So B prime, which is over here, is going to be 180 minus B. So we calculated B, that equals 49.89 degrees. B prime is equal to 180 minus angle B. This is a little tricky. Remember, when you go to do the skinny triangle, you're going to take your angle measurement of B and subtract it from 180. So B prime is actually going to be 180 minus 49.89. So it's going to give me B prime is equal to 130.11 degrees. Again, this is why it's called ambiguous, because we're not sure which one we're looking for here. So B prime is 180 minus B. I've got that. Now we want to find angle C. And again, C prime. So C prime is going to be equal to 180 minus angle A minus B prime. So this is going to be a pretty tiny angle, isn't it? 180 minus 35 minus 130.11. C prime is equal to 14.89 degrees. Very thin. Once we've got this, the only thing we don't know is side C prime. So I'm going to go back to my first one and use the law of sine. So sine of angle A, which is 35 degrees, divided by side A, which is 6, is going to equal sine of angle C, so 14.89 degrees, divided by side C. And again, as we do this, cross multiply. So 6 times the sine, of, wow, 14.89 equals C times sine of 35 degrees. Okay, if I'm solving for C, I need to divide both sides by sine of 35 degrees and plug this in the calculator. So that will cancel. Side C, let's put this all in. So the whole top, 6 times sine of 14.89 divided by sine of 35 degrees. Oops, I left out the division symbol. 6 times sine 14.89. That answer divided by sine of 35 degrees is 2.69, because we do have to round that. So we now have solved our two triangles. Because remember, if we have the scenario where the height is less than A, which is less than B, there are two triangles, and you have to solve for both of them. The skinny triangle we will designate with the prime symbols. So angle C prime, side C prime, and angle B prime. The larger triangle is going to be finding angle C, side C, and angle B. And the way these two triangles relate to each other is that B prime would be this angle right here, which is the same as 180 minus B. Okay, example 5. Let's take a look at this guy. Oh, first thing we're going to do is, let's call this, we need to rename these. Actually, let's go to the next video for this problem.